everyone. Today I'll be reviewing this brand new movie dropped on Netflix. It's called Ahmed Notre Dame, and this movie, it is from Egypt. In this movie we see this serial killer. He's killing all these women around the city, and after killing them he takes their left foot, and that is like he does. And in this movie we see cops are suspecting one guy, like to him to be this serial killer. But unfortunately the guy they're suspecting, it's the wrong guy. Then like around like other part of this we see this journalist who discover who this killer might be, who is actually fan of Hunchback Notre Dame. So this journalist, he decides to disguise as this Hunchback Notre Dame to get close to this killer, to get him confessing for this killing all these women in this movie. So he team up with this doctor he was working on. She was working on this case. So she decided to work with him, and they try to get a plan to get close to this killer and get him caught. So what do I think about this movie? This movie, it is kind of like horror comedy. So whenever you're trying to do this genre horror comedy, many people will not like automatic. It's really hard genre to do, because especially comedy is really hard in general. When to put comedy, when not to put. So in this movie's case, some of the way the comedy was placed, like some of the stuff this movie tried to do, I felt like it really was out of place, because this is also a horror movie. You're seeing all this body part and all this bloody murder happening, and same time this movie make all of this jokes same time. Sometimes it works. Like sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I had some few laughs here and there, and sometimes I was like, oh, this is really inappropriate, because all these people are getting murdered in this movie, and this guy, he's cracking joke here. So that sometimes doesn't work, I guess. Especially the victim in this movie, the way they act, you're like, it's really out of place. You feel like, again, doing this genre horror comedy is really hard in this movie's case. Although it is funny some places, like it was like, whoa, some of the jokes are funny. So this movie, it isn't dubbed in English, so you have to see the subtitle version, which can be hard, I guess, because you're not actually able to focus on their face. So because I think this is not a Netflix original movie, so that is the reason I think they didn't dub. So for me personally, I thought this movie, some part I really laughed out of. Like, some scenes are really gross. For instance, when he goes to this morgue, and he was looking for this dead body and he couldn't find it, so he was opening all the dead bodies. That scene, it was so gross. And that guy, he just putting his food there. Oh, some of the scenes are really gross for me personally. Then again, some of the scenes are funny. Some of the scene, the way they do the comedy is really highly inappropriate, because person is about to get killed, and we are seeing all this joke. Then again, doing this horror / comedy genre is really hard. For me, I thought this movie was okay watch. As I was saying, some scenes are gross. Overall, some audience will be like, they will have mixed feeling about it, because it's not a perfect movie. But it's not bad by any means. Especially people, if you like horror, this movie is kind of mixed. And it dropped around the Halloween time. So, I didn't mind watching it. Because that's how it goes during the Halloween month. You are like, if you want to watch this, you can check it out. And that's my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And if you enjoyed about this review, don't forget about the other reviews on other Netflix horror movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.